Ladies and gentlemen, it's time. It's Thursday. It's Korner Booth pregame.
You ready? No debate, cause it's old. I'm too official, got the drip, I got the sauce. Bring the proof when it's time to tell the truth. I'll be at the corner booth, find me in the corner booth, yeah. Still standing and defiant. Slay the competition, cause I'm walking like a giant. Bring the proof when it's time to tell the truth. I'll be at the corner booth, find me in the corner booth, corner booth.
I see as well. Kate, I feel like I have not officially said this. I've tiptoed around it. Kate, will you marry me?
Do I have to answer now? Or
No, you have time. You can think about it. You can think about a way to say no without hurting my feelings if you want.
Oh my
lovely.
God.
I'll send you a letter.
Just don't even.
Alright, cool. Thank you. Shit. I'll send you my address later so you can send it to my house.
Yeah, I'm never giving you my address. I don't want you getting that close.
Oh, I know.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of all ages, welcome in. It is Thursday. It is almost the weekend. It is time for the Korner Booth pregame, presented by Yeats Official, the best, most stylish sunglasses you can buy right now. Check them out. Me, JD, and Pat all rock. Me, Pat, and Kevin all rocking them. JD just, barefaced.
I have a pair somewhere.
Just lame.
I don't know.
Lack
right
of preparation. Also, just rocking that casually rocking Korner Booth merch because just can. Also, Pat, I see a very nice gentleman's jersey on you today. Is that old Mac Jones?
Oh, you already know it's the Mac Daddy. Nobody else. I had to wait like a month to get the jersey, but well worth the wait.
Fair enough. Well, boys, it's of course
He's legally my father now. Yeah.
There you go.
After everything he's done to my teams, he legally owns me. Yeah.
Yeah, it was really weird to see on national television a whole team getting spanked that hard.
Yeah, it hurt. It was less fun.
Like a fun pain.
That everybody was watching. No. No. Zero joy. Zero. I'm still. I don't know if I'll ever be the same.
What was worse to watch, that or the Natty?
The Natty, for sure. I care more about Ohio State football than I care about breathing. I love the Browns, and I care a lot about the Browns, but Ohio State football is my end-all, be-all, for sure.
That's relatable.
So, the Natty.
Fair.
Plus, that was a national – this still was a regular season game. Now, did it kill our season and pretty much everything we had hoped for? Sure. But it's not like we lost in a Super Bowl, something like that. So, for what it's worth.
Yeah, that
Fair enough. Well, boys, it's Thursday, so of course we're talking Thursday Night Football, Patriots and the Falcons, the 28-3 rematch. We also have a new segment where actually we have Pat. We got two new segments today.
Yes.
Pat has a segment. I've got a new segment.
I have a segment too. I just haven't thought of it yet.
Very risky gambling advice from me. This is something you should. If you got some money to burn it. If you don't touch it. Just stop. But yeah.
Jared is putting his personal guarantee on these picks. He will send you your money back if you lose. The Jared guarantee.
Under $1.
The Jared guarantee, we're calling it.
I'm gonna just place 1,000 bets worth $1.
Yes.
I said under.
Those are all bets under $1. You said
right.
any bet under $1. So if I place 1,000 bets $1 or under,
I'm not paying you.
You didn't say $1 under. So you'd still be screwed in that situation.
Oh my God! All right. Well, here's the deal, boys and girls. Each week I will explain the bets later, but generally it'll be a player parlay, an underdog, and outright money line. So it's gonna be a fun time. First off, boys, we talked about this a little bit on the show on Tuesday with me and JD and Samir and Jake, but the Spider-Man Far From Home trailer.
No way home.
I don't know if you guys heard about the Brazil trailer a little bit with the lizard getting cold cocked by air, apparently.
Spider-Man, no way home.
No way home. Okay, something with home, and he can't get home.
Yep.
Okay.
There's no way.
It dropped last night, right?
2 nights ago.
Tuesday night.
I still haven't seen it.
What?
Yeah,
Toby and Andrew are not in it, by the way. So
that's what I heard.
trailer.
Yeah.
Yeah, the trailer. Yes, the trailer. I thought they'd be in the trailer, to be honest.
They're not. They're not going to release any trailer with them in it.
Yeah, well, I think that's the last trailer, so before at least it comes out. So yes, you would appear to be correct.
Well, I still think they're trying to like edge people. I'm like, oh no, are they going to be in it? Are they not? Right? Like,
Yes, and I'm glad they didn't show it, but I thought Sony, being the money grubby people they are, would show them in there strictly to get people that might not be super into like the MCU, but are like at that age where the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man is nostalgic. Like, go get those people.
I would laugh really
Which they would make more
hard
money if they threw them in there.
if-
And I'm glad they haven't.
if they keep the suits from the Sam Raimi Spider-Mans and the Amazing Spider-Man, but they recast Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield.
They would.
That would
never.
be a dick move, and I would hate
They
it, but
would-
also I would find it hysterical.
They
if
would
pulled
never.
that.
They would be on the hot seat for sure for that one.
Look,
But that
if they
would be.
recast Andrew
Or they
Garfield, I
never
would
take off
not
their
be
mask.
done.
Or they never take off their mask. They're just
just-
stunt doubles the whole
It's
time.
just all voice acting.
Yeah.
That'd be funny.
No, they don't even do that. They just point and stuff. They like never even speak. They just have their
Low-
mask on.
Low
It's
budget
just-
Spider-Man.
The only one who speaks is Tom Holland.
Tom Holland plays all three.
Yeah, in different
man.
suits.
Bearded Tom Holland, mustache Tom Holland, and clean shaven Tom
That's
Holland.
right.
There we go. JD, I told you I finally saw Dune, right?
Oh, you did? No, you didn't.
Yeah.
Did you like it?
I thought it was decent. I'm not
Oh,
the
dude, it's
biggest.
so good. You're
I
wrong.
I watched it. No, like it's just personal opinion. I thought the movie was well
No,
done. I
no
just,
such thing. My personal opinion is correct. Everyone else's is stupid. Catch
I have to agree with JD on this. It's like
Thank you.
I think
I
it's one of the
liked
best
it.
movies
It's just
to
like
come out.
I liked
Oh,
it.
Pat, you've seen it?
Yeah, I loved it.
Hell yeah.
I liked it. No, like seriously, personal preference. I liked it. It's just I thought it was good. But it's like it's a very like out of
Slow
like
burn.
favorite quality. It's a 9. But
Quality,
favorite-
it's a 12 out of 10.
no, I never give a 12 out of 10 on any movie.
12. 300 out of 10.
I see what you did there. But like favorite wise, like I give it like as like what I appreciate about it, like I love the combat was incredible. I was like,
Yeah.
blown away. I was like, this
The
is cool.
visuals.
Visuals were stunning. Timothy Chalamet actually played a very good God, I can't remember the guy's name
Paul
right now.
Atreides.
Yeah, Paul.
I mean,
And
Timothy Chalamet is
I-
a good actor.
He's very good.
He's a very good actor. I got sick of it because I saw that About a Boy trailer 35,000 times on Hulu.
Yeah, I didn't watch that one.
Back when I paid for Hulu heads. But like I also like I like the ensemble cast. Whoever the Skarsgård dad is, the dad of the Skarsgårds who plays the main baddie, dude, he is just creepy. But I
Yeah.
honestly,
Oh, the Duke? Is that what you're
yeah.
talking about?
No, the Baron. You're talking about the Baron. The Duke is the
That's
good guy.
reverse terms for
Yeah.
the same
The
position.
the Baron is
But
the bad guy. The fat,
also like
weird.
the ships are so fucking cool. Like the dragonfly shit. That is.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
that's the coolest fucking thing on the planet.
I love the my favorite like effect in like a movie I've seen in a long time was the like the bombs that dropped on the ships and it had to like dig through the shield and then it like did the boom like
Yeah.
it looked, some of those designs were so cool, so different too than just lasers and explosions, and it was very, very well done. I thought
Also the force fields was like just a really cool
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
effect. Yeah.
I
But,
just
it's a
wanna
cool
s-
concept.
Well, I'm not, JD. By the way, I'm not shitting on it whatsoever. I
No, I know,
like
I'm
the
messing
movie.
with you.
I know, but it's just like it wasn't one of my favorites. But I still thought it was a great movie. I'll watch it again. It's not. It's just
To me, as very like sci-fi, Lord of the Ring, epic, slow burn. It's a journey. It's a like I love the characters. I like the pacing, but I get why some people might think it's slow. I'm all in for like the sweet backstory lore dump shit, and this was a big lore dump for sure. But I feel like we have not gotten an epic for our generation in so long that we got to start with, because every
Yeah.
like big
Oh
epic
well, we had
series.
the Last Jedi.
Shut the fuck up.
it's waiting for that one to swing in.
But like even like you joke, but like even Star Wars, even Lord of the Rings, stuff like that. Like I was never there for the start. I never got to see the first thing of it. You know what I mean? Because I was Lord of the Rings was like 2002. I was like 4. So like, and obviously Star Wars and even Game of Thrones was probably the earliest of like a big epic that I got on, and I started watching that like season 2 or 3.
And like with
So it
Thrones,
feels
like
cool.
the budget, like if like not a lot of people watch like the first season of Game. Like there were like a significant amount of people who like read the books, wanted to watch it,
Right.
but like there's a clear point in the series where you see the budget picks up and viewership picks up because of how good it was.
Probably about season 3, honestly.
Yeah. And can I just say about Dune? I don't think like a scene has really gotten like my dick hard, metaphorically speaking, has gotten my dick hard.
No, I was physically hard multiple times throughout the
But when they land on Arrakis and like, you know, they're like the ramps come down, the bagpipes start going, and they're doing like the Atreides chant. Dude, yeah. I honest to God,
the
like I was
sick.
Like that was probably like one of the first times in a while watching like a movie for the first time where I was like, holy shit. Like, yeah. Like cinematically amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that I think that movie is on pace to be an excellent trilogy and an excellent like epic for our generation that I just don't think we've had. And I know it's not original source material because obviously it's from a book and then they made that stupid bad movie in like the 80s. But like we have not gotten our own version of like something like this where we get to see it start in a really long time because everything's just reused IP.
Yeah.
Which is a lot of times fun, but
I was not impressed with a single minute of Dune that I've watched.
Because you haven't watched Dune yet.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah. All right.
Yeah. It has me actually looking for a good audiobook. So if anyone has a good audiobook for Dune.
I've heard it's a really good audiobook because they do the different voices and shit like that. I want to do it, but I also am at the weird point now where I kind of want to not read it until the second movie comes out, which is going to be 2 or 3 years down the road. Because like for the first time in a long time, I don't know where it's going in like a movie series like that, and that's very fun for me.
So it's, to me, like from what I've heard, it's like the same thing with like Lord of the Rings. Obviously, they cut stuff because it's like, oh, we can't put the movie like, and it's like the same thing with Game of Thrones, where it's like, man, I really want to like pick up all this lore that they didn't include in like the show.
Harry Potter's the same, yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah, I guess same for Harry Potter.
I was told Harry Potter there was big chunks of stuff taken out in Harry Potter stuff, but
yeah. There were.
I do want to read. I plan on reading the Dune. Well, there's a bunch of books, but at least the first one is what the first 2 movies are based off of.
Yeah.
And I do want to read that. And I've heard the audiobook is really cool. But I don't know. I might wait.
I think I heard the one on Audible is good.
Yeah, I don't know. I had a friend send me a specific version that he did and he said was really good, but I couldn't tell you what it is.
Yeah. So if anyone actually in the comments has recommendations, please let your boy know. I don't have Audible, but if that's what it comes to, I will download Audible.
I will also say, Jared, seeing it in theaters ups it like a whole nother level because the sound and the visuals and like I saw it in the IMAX for the first time. It was like one of the coolest IMAX experiences I've ever been to. Like the sound and the visuals were like breathtaking. Like really, really cool. Really cool.
It was so funny. Like I watched it while I was getting a tattoo done, so I had to focus on it because like I wanted, like I had to focus on it instead of like a needle going in my arm 2 billion times.
Well, sure, but I can understand why you don't associate it necessarily with being like great.
Oh no, I love my tattoo. There's no question there at all. My only thing is that like I focused on it's the same. The last time I got my last tattoo I got done the movie I watched, Highwaymen, with Kevin Costner.
That's a good movie too.
I highly recommend it. It's about hunting down Bonnie and Clyde. I thought it was a great movie. Like my experience did not affect it at all. Like my parents watched like 3 weeks later, and I came upstairs. I came out down to say hello, and they were watching it, and I was like, "Oh my god, I love this scene!" And I was just like, "There's no bad experience to me whatsoever. It's just I had to focus on it because I was watching it, get my tattoo done." So
I'm a sucker for like the big lore stuff.
You have the weirdest movie opinions I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah, I know.
The Highwaymen universally is one of those movies just like, meh. It's a movie.
I liked it.
I've never seen it.
I
don't have
an
opinion, so I've never seen it.
I haven't seen it either because I read it was meh. You know what a good movie is that you guys should watch?
What?
The Devil All the Time.
I saw that.
Most fucked up movie I've ever seen.
And the problem it's like good in the fact that it's like well made and well acted and I guess a decent story. It's just crazy depressing. It is so depressing.
No.
That's with Tom Holland and Patterson, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't. It was fine.
I can generally watch a movie through. There was one scene I knew it was coming and I had to skip it.
Was it kind of rapey?
No, that makes me like a horrible person. That scene, I was like, it's fine.
Well, okay. So child rape, A-okay with Kev, but whatever this other scene is,
That's where he draws the line.
That's where he draws the line.
No, JD, it was the beginning with
God, it's been a couple of years. I saw that when it first came out on Netflix like 2 years ago.
I don't want to spoil anything. It involved Tom Holland's dog or like kid.
Oh no, that okay. To be fair, I can't do that either. I've never been able to. Dog deaths in movies are the only thing that get me.
Yeah, so
I don't know. You could sit there and watch people die and bad shit happen left and right. I like dog like the worst is I Am Legend. That movie legit makes me like tear up. I hate that. I don't even like the dog dying shit. Nope, won't do it.
I've seen Marley and Me once, and I refuse to watch it ever.
Never again.
It's a happy movie,
again.
but the one
the ending,
scene, it ruins the whole thing.
Last 20 minutes, half hour of the movie, just don't even watch.
Watch the first hour and then be like, okay.
Just turn it off.
And they live happily ever after.
You boys ready to talk some football? Like, seriously, I've been trying to do it because I just put a same game parlay down on this game, and I'm ecstatic about it. Because it's a lot of Patriots stuff, so, like, hopefully your boys don't screw me tonight. All right, so Thursday Night Football, Patriots-Falcons. I'm excited because, one, Patriots are one of the hot teams of football coming in right now. Mac Jones looks like a possible Rookie of the Year candidate or winner at this point. You've got Jacoby Myers playing well. Finally scored his first career touchdown, by the way. Shout out. Raymond Stevenson and Damian Harris look like one of the best running back combos in the league. That defense.
Who was first running back?
Stevenson. What is his first name? Ramondre?
I don't know, but
it's Ramondre.
Okay. I forgot
the one positive last week is I did pick him up for fantasy.
Okay.
So as he was bludgeoning my real team, he wasn't.
And for the Falcons, you have America's favorite Swiss Army knife, Cordero Patterson, who continues just to be like the most like
Matt Ryan. Oh,
yeah, no, and also we get to see the rookie Kyle Pitts, who I guarantee. I almost put down money on my parlay about how Belichick was going to shut him down and hold him to less than 4.5 grabs, but somehow they're going to force feed him the ball enough where he's going to get over. So I said, fuck it, I'm not going to try it tonight.
Is Patterson playing tonight?
Nope.
Patterson. Oh, shit.
Patterson's out.
So
Damian Harris is out.
Better change
Damian
that
Harris is
parlay.
out?
Yeah.
Should I start Stevenson then?
Yeah, probably.
But like, why is
the
this?
Last reports were
I was gonna
Harrison.
say, but like on fantasy, it says like he's projected like 7.4.
Yeah, they just
that
give my
doesn't
money
feel
for
right.
the same game parlay, but they won't give it back to me now. It's like they put it Cordell Patterson in. But
I was watching Quick Slants earlier, and they said he was
7.8.
out. Yeah, and there are
Stevenson's-
times though where a guy is playing, and they'll give him 0 points because he's questionable.
Yeah, but like I feel like Stevenson's numbers is based on the fact that they think Harris is going to play, right?
Yeah, I don't know. They're saying it's a game time decision, but a lot of stuff I've seen.
Because if
is
he's
saying
the starting
probably
running back,
not.
then hell yeah, I would like to play him over like a Cole Beasley easily, like in a flex. But if he's not the starter, I don't know if I want to do that.
Yeah. So, wait, what was your parlay on?
well,
Patterson,
it was here's the kicker. Now it's Patriots beating the spread, scoring, winning by at least 7. Anytime touchdown by Cordell Patterson and Mac Jones over 250 passing yards.
Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah, so it's a game time
That is
decision.
still
I don't know. He might still play, but the general consensus is
Yeah, they're
most
not letting me
likely
pull the
not.
bet, and I'm a little pissed off about it.
Because
They usually let you pull the bet early, and it's actually my money. It's not just like a free bet, so I'm a little annoyed about it. It's all right. I'm switching bet providers in about 3 hours. So
I think if he does play, I feel like Matt getting 250 passing yards.
Yeah,
I feel like that's possible, and then Pat's winning by 7+.
It says he's cleared concussion protocol and has made the trip for Thursday night game.
Harris.
Yeah, and they expect him to at least play. For what it's worth.
Okay, so maybe I was wrong on both, but I've read he's out. Like they're both out.
Well, I have an hour. We'll figure it out.
Well, if he doesn't play, I think that voids my bet.
I think it just takes him out of your bet. So you still parlay it with the different odds.
If they don't, all right, well, I'm already pulling all my money from DraftKings and burning the app to the ground. So,
I thought you meant your money. I'm like, that seems like
I was going to say, if you want to burn your money,
you get all my winnings from it, and I'm burning it to the ground because screw DraftKings.
DraftKings has already been annoying the hell out of me the last 2 weeks. I am probably switching their competitor or a third party which came into us via our boss, Mike Brown, who I will probably reveal on our Tuesday show. But, DraftKings has been annoying the shit out of me. I had a $800 bet. Like, it was a free $25 that I threw down for. Yeah, seriously. Like, stop being lame. And even Connecticut figured it out, and we're lamer than Massachusetts. It was Patrick Mahomes over 400 yards, Travis Kelce over 100. It was a $750 payout. I selected Derek Carr originally because I thought maybe Carr will light it up against that shitty secondary. And about 20 minutes before game time, I wanted to change the bet or at least pull it, and they wouldn't let me. I was like, "You assholes!"
Yeah.
So
I think there should be a cutoff. Like, from the gambling company's perspective, there should be a cutoff, like half an hour before the game. They should make it very well aware, like at the 30-minute mark, like, hey, if you don't change the bet right now, you can't.
This is an hour and 15 before game time. That pisses me off.
Yeah, an hour and 15 is ridiculous because there are guys still coming in and out, like reports. He's now not playing. He is. Yeah.
This is why their stock is dropping on the stock market, and the other one's going up. So whatever. All right, Thursday Night Football. You guys heard my bets for this parlay. This doesn't count, by the way, for Jared's wild bets. That's a whole another segment. But no, I have a whole nother. I have three that I have in the chamber right now. But anyway, Thursday Night Football. Pats, Falcons. In Gillette or in Atlanta?
Atlanta.
In Atlanta.
Ooh, in the Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Okay.
I love that. Have you guys? Of course you haven't been there. You guys. Well, Jared, have you been there?
No, I've just driven past it.
I went to a game there, and it's a beautiful stadium. It's so nice.
It looks really nice.
Brand spanking new.
I went to the first game that was ever played there, and it was incredible. And it was a Saturday, so the Chick-fil-A was open in the stadium, and they gave out free Chick-fil-A.
Wasn't it a Bama playoff game?
No, it was Alabama versus Florida State, first game of the year for 2018.
Gotcha. 1 versus 3, right? Or was it 1? The 1 versus 3 that won like 5 games.
Yeah. Look, I'm not saying it was a good 3. They were 3 though at the start, which is why preseason rankings are stupid.
Yeah, that's not your fault. That was a good scheduled game, but you guys will never play a home and home with someone. I think that's dumb, personally. But
we have home and homes with a couple teams over the next couple of years.
Oh, good. Honestly, that's exciting to hear. I hate these preseason.
The problem is Alabama has tried to schedule like home and home games.
We have a home and home in like 2027 or something.
And they've said it's come out like Alabama tries to schedule teams, but they're not like any team really. They're not going to schedule like the number 1 or 2 team in the country because if they win, that kills your season. But they're trying to schedule like these 10 to 15 teams, and a lot of them just say no. So that will then also kill their season. South Florida, not a good home and home. Arizona, not a good home and home. Virginia Tech, if they hire a decent coach who's not Justin Fuente, maybe. West Virginia is not looking good. Tech's not looking good. They have a home and home with Florida State who could pick it up. Home and home with Wisconsin in a couple of years. Oklahoma.
No, we have one. I swear we signed one in like a decade, but
I'm going down. It is coming. Texas, which is looking like a terrible home and home.
Well, that's going to be a conference game at some point, right?
Yeah, I know. So I don't know what that does with that then.
Yeah, I think you would probably change
the home. This is 2022-23, so Texas isn't going to be in the SEC yet.
Oh.
Notre Dame, and then Ohio State 27-28.
Great year. We play Oregon and Notre Dame next year, so that'll be fun at a conference.
Notre Dame just needs to either join the ACC or the Big Ten.
They they have more ties with the ACC, but they feel more like a Big Ten team. Like I think they'd fit in better with the Big Ten.
Their play style and
the way they play,
geographically,
the teams they recruit against. But like they did it for a year, they went to ACC. They're in the ACC for basketball,
They didn't go to the ACC necessarily probably because of tie-ins. They went to the ACC because, like, hey, we could make the conference championship more easily than we could in the Big Ten.
That and the ACC was one of the first conferences that was like, we're playing on time. The Big Ten was still twiddling their thumbs because our freaking our conference president is a literal idiot.
Yeah, what did it go in order? It was like SEC, Big 10, Big 12, ACC, Pac-12.
For what?
For who said, like, when conferences said they're going to play. Because I know the
Big
SEC
10 was the last.
first.
ACC, SEC were like the top.
I didn't, and...
No, we weren't last. Pac-12 was last.
That's what I thought, the Pac-12
we started late, remember? Because, like, you make fun of us because we only played 7 games last year. Actually, less than that because people canceled 6 or something.
Jeez.
No, you guys played 7 games.
Yeah.
So you had like
no out of conference. Nobody did out of conference, but
no one did that across the country except
right.
Like,
that's what I'm saying.
Some of
but
the
we also
we
started
early.
like a month late. If you recall, it was last year was one of the dumber football seasons. I'm a firm believer that it all counts. I'm a firm believer that Alabama national championship counts, all that. But it was a crazy, weird season. That's why I don't read too much into like when Michigan and Penn State were bad last year and everyone kind of wrote them off. I was actually in our preview show with Jared. I'm like, both those teams are going to be pretty damn good this year.
The only reason I bring up the 7-game thing is A, to piss you off because I think it's funny, and B, whenever people complain about Trey Sermon going, like I've seen people say, if Trey Sermon didn't get hurt, we were winning that game.
I don't know about I wouldn't like, say winning. And you just
Trey Sermon wasn't defending Devontae Smith, and y'all played 7 games. No. You guys didn't have the wear and tear.
No, not for sure. But I do think that game is like a little different. I think we score more, maybe keep it interesting later. But to say, I hate what ifs. You know what I mean? I just think it's dumb. You're in or you're out. This was the team. This is staying healthy and all that's a part of it.
I think what ifs drive you crazy as a sports
team.
I think what ifs can be fun. If
they
you're
can be
doing
fun.
It, like JD, if we had a conversation,
right?
Like, oh, what if this happened in the Alabama-Ohio State game? Like, what if this guy played? And like, what would if it's like a fun light conversation? If anyone seriously goes like, oh, what if he didn't get hurt? Though?
If we lost by 10 and Trey Sermon and our like All-American D tackle played in the game and we lost by 10, then you could sit there and be like, I don't know, what if those are 2 of your 5 best players on your team that didn't play? You could sit there and play the what if, but you lost by 3 or 4 touchdowns or whatever it was. So you can't really play the what if when you got beat that bad. But if we sat there and like lost by 10 and it was like close in the 4th quarter, you could say, oh, Trey Sermon, because the problem was we had you guys just pinned your ears back and came after Fields because we had no like passing game to the running back at all because Master Teague is literally like the slowest lateral movement and just terrible on the backfield catching the ball. So like your game plan didn't change because of it and you took advantage of it for sure. That's what good teams do. But to sit there and be like, oh, but a couple, like 3 screens to keep them honest is going to make up for 24 points or whatever is a ridiculous thing to say.
True. Also, since I've already hijacked this conversation to college football, Jared, I have a question for you I have to ask.
Okay.
We called it, Jared.
Joey Freshwater to Miami.
I think I called it specifically.
How do you feel? Because
6 weeks ago.
It's come out now. If offered, he would take the job.
Well, I was on the Manny Diaz train, and then he lost to Florida State.
No, Manny Diaz is not your answer. Lane Kiffin is.
I know he's JD. Can I talk about my team for a second? Shut up.
Nope, you can't. I'm gonna yell.
I'll go, Kevin. I think you should abuse your power right now.
JD,
you also have the same power.
I mean, I do. I'm trying not to because he throws a hissy fit every time I kick him out.
I do. I think that is messed up.
Shut up. You host the show then. All I'm saying is that I love Manny Diaz. I think he was more responsible than Mark Richt was for helping revive our program. Recruiting wise, he was 1,000 times better. But Joey Freshwater can recruit just as well. And South Florida is a hotbed for what Miami loves. Aggressive guys with a lot of speed and a lot of like chip on the shoulder. We got a good core. Van Dyke and James Williams leading the offense and defense respectively are awesome. We got good young running backs, good young receivers, good young linebackers, probably one of the best defensive tackles in the country. I'm excited, but at the same time, I don't know if Manny's, like JD said, I don't know if Manny's going to get us there where he lacked. We have Rhett Lashley, who's a great offensive coordinator, and I hope Joey Freshwater keeps him because honestly, that offense with Van Dyke is electric when they actually work. Our problem is our defense. The one thing is like the second James Williams went out, Florida State started shredding us. It was really bad on that last 3 drives, and it sucked because we had them the whole game. But the problem was our offense looked inept until we ran a trick play. I think Diaz's biggest problem is he doesn't have complete control of the program. Blake James leaving as our AD is the greatest thing ever to happen to Miami because that motherfucker's pissing me off. He should have fired Mark Rick halfway through 2018, not wait until he quit. But yeah, no, Miami's in a weird spot where there's a lot of hope, but we've got to catch it now and start really rolling with it instead of just fluttering around like we did with Rick. And please avoid another Al Golden situation for the love of God. But yeah, no, that's my opinion. So I'm think all for Freshwater.
If Manny Diaz loses one of the next 2 games against a Virginia Tech team that just fired their coach, or a Duke team that's a basketball school, if they lose one of the 2, you have to fire Manny Diaz. Because then you're straddling bowl eligibility. You have a 5-star quarterback waiting to come in. And he's already in, but like waiting to start for a whole year. You need to get a coach who can coach him up. And I mean, fuck, look what Lane's done with Matt Corral.
I know. Wasn't Corral only a 3.5 star coming out of high school?
I don't know.
I swore he was lower on the star chart. That's why it was like so crazy when Corral started laying it up. But all I'm going to say is, to me, in my personal opinion, as a Miami fan who loves this team almost as much as he loves I love my Eagles. He's got to beat the living snot out of Duke and beat Virginia Tech by at least a touchdown, 10 points. Like, this team's way too talented to, like, even hang with these guys.
If Lane Kiffin confirms wants to come, you have that conversation with him. I think he has already done enough to get himself fired.
Yeah.
They're 5-5. Like, not even being a jerk, coming in, you talked about it. There was a lot of hope this year. And this season is a dud.
The situation fucked us so hard. Unfortunately, De'Ara King, the whole thing, he shouldn't have even played the first 5 games. He should have.
Coaching, though? Like that, who makes that decision?
They should have just thrown Van Dyke and Garcia out there.
Yeah, but no, but
JD's made that decision.
JD's saying it's on Diaz then for making the decision to put King in.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I'm not saying it's an easy decision.
Oh, I'm saying
also, like, King's not that good.
He's not. So me and Kevin had this conversation off camera a month back. I said, listen, on tape, Van Dyke and Garcia, when they Garcia only played against Central Connecticut State, so I throw that tape out. But Van Dyke against 2 very decent defenses, and just against actual like live ball, dude was slinging the rock. He had no fear. He throws the ball in the decently tight windows as a cannon arm. I think he's a little more mobile than he thinks he's more mobile than he actually is. But Van Dyke's a leader. He has no fear. He literally called his shot against North Carolina State and then lit him up in the second half. To me, like, I like the kind of like the dorky white boy swagger he's got going on. I think it fits because listen, it's that kind of Ken Dorsey, Gino Torretta kind of like the Bernie Kosar. He fits the mold of a Miami quarterback, but he's got a little more, like, I'd say, talent than like a Torretta or what's it called, Ken Dorsey. So I'm excited for Van Dyke. I think it's weird. James Williams, dude, might be the best safety we've had since Merriweather, or even Ed Reed, if you want to go that far back, or Sean Taylor. Like, it's like this dude's got some serious pop and he's got no fear. 6'4", runs a 4.4. I'm like, this guy's a freak. But there's a lot of ifs, and I think Lane Kiffin's got to hit those ifs ground running and just take off. Where Diaz laid the groundwork. He fixed the recruiting issues that Rick had, but he can't coach.
Lane Kiffin's personality matches I think the way you would make Miami back to being good. And it is that. A
little sleazy, a little swaggy.
Exactly. And like, I don't want to say gimmicky, but like a little gimmicky. I think like he would get kids to come to Miami.
He steers into it.
Exactly. And I think Miami.
I also think Jordan.
I don't think this about you, Jared, but I do think part of their fan base thinks more highly of them than they are. And I think they're a program that if they leaned into the gimmicky, that's their best channel to success, not just being like they're not going to get good in the same way like Alabama or even like Florida. Who
How
can
did
just,
Miami get good in the first place? They recruited
paying their
South
players.
Florida. They were gimmicky. They showboated. They let you know they were better than you. And like they try to be this blue collar, blue blood style team like Ohio State or Alabama. That's not how we won championships.
No, exactly. And that's why I think Joey Freshwater is more that coach.
I thought Diaz,
if he wants to come, I think you would say yes
Diaz
no
would
matter
get
what.
it. And the turnover chain was a great idea because Diaz was the inventor of it when he was under Rick as defense coordinator. Like he was the
Miami. He brought it to Miami. He was not the inventor of the turnover chain.
Yeah, he brought it to I know you guys had something back in the fucking 80s. Whatever.
Not even the 80s.
Who cares? Anyway, you guys kick the shit of anybody, so it has no meaning at this point.
I think turnover chain. I think Miami. I'm giving that to Miami.
I'm not saying that I don't. That
Alabama may have
Miami,
created it, but we made it fucking famous.
Yes,
I'm just saying, like, if you look at a lot of things, like the creator necessarily didn't do it the best. Ford is not the best car in the world, but they did create a car that can go to the masses. Hey, I have the only 2 cars I have bought with my own money in my life have been Fords. I love Fords, but Ford created a car for the masses. They're not the best car anymore for the masses. You're going to go Toyota or Honda or something.
Henry Ford is turning in his grave right now.
He was anti-Semitic, so fuck that.
Okay, well, I guess I lost all the moral high ground there.
We got 3 subjects to hit. We got Pat's thing now, and then we got my bets, and we got 6-pack, and we got, let's just get rolling there. Quick picks for tonight's game. JD.
I'm afraid if I don't say Patriots, Mac Jones will come to my house and hit me. So, Patriots.
He said it with so much fear.
That's right,
I'm going to take the Patriots because I got to hit at least 2 out of the 3 in my parlay. Mac, I believe in you. Also, for the love of all things holy, Cordero, I don't care if you walk on the field for 1 play. Just fall backwards into the end zone, and then you can go and, like, retire. I don't give a shit. Patriots by at least 7. I think Belichick's got a game plan ready to rock and roll for the Falcons. Kevin.
Do I actually have to say it?
Yeah.
Sure. It's the fucking Patriots.
Yeah. Pat, do I even need to ask you?
No, but I'll say it'll be at least a 2-score game for the Pats. Like I'm talking 10 at least.
That's all good for me. All right, boys. Pat, the floor is yours.
All right, so we're steering away from sports altogether.
That's terrifying.
So I got a little would you rather. So would you rather be sent back to like prehistoric times when like dinosaurs still roamed this earth? As you are today, like you have no modern amenities, like you can't like bring anything with you. Or would you want to go like
naked?
Well, like you can like wear like a t-shirt and like underwear.
Okay.
Well, like shorts, I guess too.
Right.
Or would you rather be like put forward in time to like the Star Wars universe, but you have no like concept of like any language besides English and nobody understands that language?
Easily the Star Wars one. 1, I'm not going to die like instantly. 2, they're that advanced. They could teach me a language or something. I'm sure they have a program for this.
Like a Rosetta Stone for like idiots.
We have Rosetta Stone now.
They're called protocol droids, JD. Get your shit right.
Right.
We'll say like a Star Wars-esque universe, right? So like it's not like cut and dry, but like spacefaring, but no one speaks English anymore.
Easily the ahead. Easily. Plus, I could still live indoors. I wouldn't have to like make my own house and shit.
Yeah, I feel like that's pretty solid answer.
Anybody else thoughts?
This is actually a relatively tough question.
I don't think it is.
When you say prehistoric, do you mean cavemen or do you just mean like olden times?
So I mean like absolute like cave. Like I said when dinosaurs roamed the earth, but I meant like cavemen. Okay. So like we'll assume like mammoths, right? Like mammoth is your probably biggest apex predator. Might not be the right term, but like biggest threat.
I feel like
now we're talking Ice Age. Now we got a lot going on.
Yeah, so like that type of time period though. We're like
a prehistoric. With my knowledge now, I think I could become a king. And like I know basic farming, I know husbandry, I know all that shit. I could move them from hunter-gatherers and set up a civilization and move like human history up 1,000 years.
Yeah,
not even like 5,000 years.
Like if you had crop
but that being said, if I get a cut on my arm, I still might fucking die.
Yeah.
So
your
I
life
got
expectancy
Star Wars
is
universe. or I'll be out taking a piss in the woods and some say.
But if you go back in time, you can invest in Apple before it was cool.
But you'll be, I'm going to invest in Apple. Pick an apple off a tree.
Yeah, there it is. Leave a note iPhone for your great grandson. Pass this down. Generation. What does it mean? They'll know when it's time.
Just a rotted fucking apple.
It's just an apple core preserved in salt.
Fucking paleontologists are like looking at some ancient civilization. They just see a slab of rock, invested apple.
Jared, what are you taking?
I am taking Star Wars because one, protocol droids are a thing. I will learn how to speak a language sooner or later.
He said Star Wars-esque.
Star Wars-esque. I feel like Star Wars-esque still has some kind of droid or some computer that can tell me how to fucking talk.
Or just some translating earpiece, like the Google fucking speaker or whatever they call it.
Yeah. Honestly, to me, like it would be fun to go back in time. If you caveated this with like some kind of like immunity thing to like basic diseases, like if I got my shots before I went back, hell fucking yeah, I'll do the ancient shit. I'll be like a king among men. But I think the Star Wars universe-esque universe is more realistic. I don't know. I just
and a lot less work.
True.
I'm not even gonna lie. I'm like piggybacking off of Kevin. That's what I was thinking though. Is just like, bro, like send humanity forward. Like crop rotation alone is gonna send you like years in the future. If like your biggest issue is like, oh, a fucking like saber-toothed tiger might kill me. It's like, all right, bro, like we're gonna figure out how to actually make like
domesticate them.
I think a better argument or a better comparison would be like medieval times where you're still smarter than the average person.
I think that makes it easier though.
Bro, I'm making a rotating cannon.
I think that makes it harder because I think it's future easily right now. That way would be a little more like, ooh, maybe I could like talk my way in.
Well, that's what I mean. It makes it like easier to kind of go back in time. Like the point.
I still think I'd take Star Wars universe.
If it's medieval times, lock me in, put me in the fucking time machine. I'm going back, baby. I'm inventing fucking gunpowder, fucking figuring out modern military tactics. We're going guerrilla warfare on this bitch. We're going to win the 100 Years War. It's going to be great. We're going to become the first superpower in 1542.
Sure.
But like on that point, like imagine being the first dude to be like, hey, I got an idea. I know how cavalry's fucking up our infantry formation, right? What if we form a square? And then everyone would be like, that's fucking insane, dude. Let's do it. Like it's 200 years.
No. Patrick, did you say your name was? That's not how we do it here.
We get trampled.
We have
in Frankia.
All right, guys, here's what we do. When they do the lines, take a rope and run at them at full speed.
Get on speeder bikes.
Speeder bike. All right, boys and girls, it is time for a new bet. A new segment called Jared's Wild Bets. Well, some of them are wild, some of them are not. Once again, I am not a gambling advisor. I am not a sharp. Take my picks with a grain of salt. I'm not responsible for any money you lose because you're a fucking moron and you take my advice. But this whole point of this is I give you one money line, one cover, and one player parlay, and actually one hybrid player parlay, and you run with it. So here we go. First off, for my money line, I am taking the Jets plus 3 dogs. 145 is the plus 145. 145 is the money line. That's I think a $20 payout on a $5 bet. So I will roll with our $10 bet. So $10 payout on a $10. It's just an easy one. I think Mike White and the boys are going to take this one here. It's
who they play?
They play the Dolphins. I also think
actually starting for
so much hype. That was their Super Bowl against the Ravens on Thursday Night Football. They were on a national stage. I also think that Mike White got hosed. He goes, "Hey, Zach Wilson might be back next week, but here's your last game against the Bills." Thank God he's not. Thank God they're giving Zach Wilson a little more time to marinate. My cover, Michigan State is a plus 19 dog against Ohio State. Do I think Ohio State's going to win? Probably. Do I think Michigan State's in the cover, making a real hell of a game? Oh, fuck yeah. Give me Michigan State plus 19. It's too easy of a payout for what it is. And last but not least, my player parlay. They're only available for the Thursday games. That's what I'm going to roll with. Give me Mac Jones with plus 350 yards and Hunter Henry plus 100 yards for a plus 3,000 payout. That's a $5 payout, gets you like $200, something around that range. So I know I already took Mac plus 250, but this is like my super ballsy like player parlay. if it hits, I make some serious cash. So, yeah, those are Jared's bets.
Can I add something to just a little thought here for the Ohio State-Michigan State game?
Yes.
The over-under is 62, I believe. I would hammer that over. Ohio State's going to score. Michigan State has one of the worst pass defenses in the country. That's what Ohio State excels at.
Just because of that.
And Michigan State has obviously Kenneth Walker, who's a beast. Ohio State has not played a really good running game probably since Oregon, and they got shredded. Michigan State's going to score at least 24 to 28 points, and I think Ohio State's going to score well into the 40s. So I like that over quite a bit.
I also try to talk.
I don't think our defense is that great.
I was really leaning on making that one my outright money line, like the outright picking Michigan State to win it, and I'm still not sure about it. I won't know until our last pick because it's one of our last picks of six pack tonight. Oh, preview. But to me, honestly, I was looking at this Michigan State Ohio State game and said, you know what? For money reasons, let me just take the line because the plus 19.5 is ridiculous. I'm rolling with this one.
But we also thought 21 was ridiculous against Purdue last week, and they covered that.
But then again, we also thought that 5.5 was ridiculous for Virginia last week, JD. So we're really shooting blanks here.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Kevin, Pat, any thoughts?
Yeah, the Hunter Henry bet is ridiculous. That's so stupid.
It's plus 3,000. So basically, if it hits, you cash out.
There's a good reason. He's gotten over 50 yards in a game once this year, and that was against the Texans.
Okay, the smart one, the one I actually like that's my ballsy player probably. My actual one that I actually would roll with is take that has good odds is take Kyle Pitts and Mac Jones. That's the hybrid one. Kyle Pitts over 100, Mac Jones over 350. It's the one with the best payout for how realistic it is. That's my realistic one, but if you want something that's going to pay out for $5 and maybe win like $300, that's the one you take.
So you said it was Mac for 350 plus yards?
Yeah. These are on DraftKings, by the way. I am not a FanDuel customer yet. I have to get on the phone with them and figure out why the hell my license wouldn't work with them for about 5 minutes, even though DraftKings, MGM, and Caesars.
It's probably because that illegal thing you had that one time, with the fraud.
Identity theft is not a joke, JD.
Yeah.
Either
is gambling fraud. Okay.
Like I think it's crazy. I think if you're gonna put like $5 down on something, though, why not? My extent of gambling is scratch tickets, and that's like where I draw the line. So,
yeah,
go for it. What's the worst that can happen if you put down
like
a couple bucks?
Listen, I had a 3 hybrid parlay going that would have paid out $9,000, and I was only 20 yards short with Aaron Rodgers. No, 50 yards short with Aaron Rodgers. 25 yards short with Dalvin Cook and 1 tutty, but then again, they got down to the goal line and sat, which pissed me off.
Also, how did tutty become a phrase of the season?
I don't know.
This season.
I just kind of just started rolling with it. My player parlay was so close in like 6 different areas, and I missed on every single one by like 1 touchdown or 20 yards or 30 yards. The only one that was really bad was Darren Waller, but then again, just fuck Kansas City. They've been hosing me all year. But that's Jared's bets, ladies and gents. And you know what time it is now. Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the best segment of the week. Boys, on 3. 1, 2, 3. There we go. All right. Kevin, I know you're excited for our 6-pack. Also, by the way, shout out to JD Davis down right here. My man picked the games this week.
I thought they were pretty good.
Yeah, honestly, I'm like really skeptical. I always like try to look through to make sure like they're not dog shit. But like then again, like dude hit it out of the park. So I'm not.
The college ones were pretty easy. I think there are 3 good college games. Even though Bama Arkansas is ranked matchup, that's a 20.5 point.
Didn't include Miami Virginia Tech. You heathen! I'm just gonna fuck you.
I did give you the Eagles though.
I don't like that. I really don't. But
the
then
NFL
again,
was
last
tough.
time the Eagles, the last time we had the Eagles in the picks was last year against the Saints, ironically. So it should be a fun time. First off, let's kick it off the game we talked about in our bets. Ohio State, Michigan State. The line is 19.5. They're giving Michigan State. So, boys, let's discuss how we thinking this game is going. JD hit it on the head, though. I love Kenneth Walker. I think that dude is explosive, gets downhill, and he hits like a truck. I watched that man decimate my favorite defense and also do some damage to Michigan as well. A lot of damage.
230 yards and 5 touchdowns.
I think he also. I think the Hurricanes are still like in having PTSD from Walker, but
Yeah, Bama, the Michigan State, and what was that back to back? That was tough.
yeah. You know what? As long as hopefully this doesn't piss anybody off, and I don't do what I did to Kevin 2 weeks ago. I am taking Michigan State as my upset pick. I just, for some reason, okay. So JD, with all due respect, usually an Ohio State team, the Big Ten feels unbeatable. It's like, all right, how much are they really going to lose by? The only time they didn't feel unbeatable to me in the last 7 years I've watched Ohio State was the Dwayne Haskins Purdue year. This is not as bad,
2018,
but it's not better. So Michigan State to me,
I think those are comparable teams. To be fair,
they feel like this team of destiny, kind of like they're not going to win shit, but they're going to punch everyone in the mouth. I think Michigan State the Bearcats, my proxy team, because my Hurricanes are dog shit this year. They're going to do them a solid. I think Michigan State's going to outright win. I still think Ohio State's going to walk into it. Is it Ann Arbor or the Big House next year? I mean, Ann Arbor or the Shoe next week?
This Ann Arbor.
I think Ohio State's going to walk in Ann Arbor and punch Michigan in the face repeatedly. But this week, I think they're looking ahead to Michigan too, and it's going to kill them. Give me Michigan State outright. Kevin.
I would like to point out, I think it's hysterical. You just wanted clarification of where the Michigan game was, so you could be correct when you say where Ohio State will be beating up on Michigan. I just think that's funny. I'm not saying you're wrong. I just think it's very funny.
Here, my biggest thing was it doesn't matter where they play. They could play in fucking in freaking New Mexico.
No, I know. I get what you're saying. I just think it's very funny that some people might be like, oh, he's looking for clarification because he doesn't know. No, he knows. He knows Ohio State's going to win. Just like Ohio State's going to win this week. I think Mel Tucker is going to be feeling good after that $95 million contract extension. Not overlook, but might be a little too comfortable. And I think C.J. Stroud is starting to look like the Heisman candidate that everyone kind of wanted him to be all year. He's starting to play outside of that just game manager aspect. And I'm not saying C.J. Stroud is just a game manager, but that's how he was playing for a couple weeks there. He's finally starting to show up, throw some good passes, throw a lot of touchdowns in a couple games. So, yeah, give me Ohio State. I think they finally have the quarterback they were hoping to have.
Go ahead, Pat. I'll finish out here.
Yeah, sure. So you guys know, I'm not a college football expert, and I've never tried to portray that outside of academy football. And Michigan State did give me a little bit of the luck. Was it 2 weeks ago against Michigan?
I think.
Yeah, I'm still going to take Ohio State here, not only for JD, but just the team is so good. I'm not going to count them out. And corn, yeah.
Just can't beat
ranch.
Corn.
Corn and ranch, baby. Give me corn chips and ranch.
That's my pregame meal every Saturday. I'm just downing corn dipped in ranch.
Low key though, get some corn chips, get some ranch, add them together. It's really good.
Yeah, I'm obviously going to take Ohio State here. Jared, you make some good points for sure. I'm a little nervous, just because I'm worried about if we can stop their run. But I think we're going to score enough that it's not going to matter. If we jump out to a lead, I think we'll be fine because we can take them out of their running game. I don't love the spread, but Ohio State is bipolar this year. I never know. I wouldn't bet Ohio State at all this year. They've been so hard to figure out. I'm not overly worried that they're going to look ahead, though, because they're at the point of the season where they know they're locked in. They need to beat the remaining teams to go to the Big Ten Championship. But the Big Ten Championship will be decided in Ann Arbor next Saturday, Ohio State, Michigan. I think they're going to win this one. It could go a litany of different ways, man. This team could win a national championship. I wouldn't be shocked. It could also not win a Big Ten championship, and I wouldn't be shocked. I think they got the talent, but week in and week out, I don't know what to expect from this team. But I think they're just going to light them up through the air. They're really starting to get their pass game down, and their offensive line, I think, took it personally how bad they played against Nebraska, because against a top 5 future pick against Purdue had zero quarterback pressures or rushes. So Nicholas Petit-Fair and those tackles are starting to play well.
There you go. All righty. Pac-12 action here. Our resident Pac-12 lover, Samir, is out.
I put his team on there, too. Did we get his picks, by the way?
Dying of the worst head cold, and boys and girls, it's not COVID. It's not COVID. He said it's 16 times in the chat. It's not COVID. He's basically dying of a head cold right now. Actually dying. He just can't stop coughing, which
burns when he pees.
He had some unprotected sex with somebody of the night.
That Samir has crabs, and I fucking love it.
No, not crabs. No, he's not nasty. He's not a nasty bitch.
All right.
He's just
nasty. Oregon, Utah in Utah. Oof. I really looked at this game 3 weeks ago because I was looking through Pac-12 games. If there's anything good I could throw on the list because we haven't put a lot of Pac-12 games on this year except for upsets and stuff. I love this game. The last time I watched every Oregon Utah game I've ever watched, one team is upset the other or punch the other one in the mouth. It's never a nail biter. That being said, Cristobal and the boys are going to get the dub here. I think they are by a far and away the best team in the Pac-12. They've had their slip-ups, but I think this team gained my respect when they beat Ohio State, and I watched every snap, and it was great.
I want to play them in the playoffs so bad.
I know you do. I want to see a rematch as well.
So bad.
But here's the thing. I don't think it's going to happen. I think the Pac-12 – but I think right now, Oregon's going to get it. I don't see them losing. If they do, it's good for my Bearcats, who I may or may not have put money on to win the national title just for shits and fuck giggles. But because it was plus 5,000.
Yeah, honestly,
I hope you put $1 worst bet. On that.
It was a free $25 bet. I threw it was I think it's $900 I won.
I don't hate that as because here, if you look at something with that crazy of odds, all you gotta do is get them in the dance, and you're like, hey, anything can happen. We'll see. They almost beat Georgia last year, but for odds wise, I don't hate that because you're right. I think I was very big. I don't think they were going to get in. They have a route to get there now. I
threw $25. I'm throwing $25. The Diamondbacks are plus 25,000 to win the World Series next year. I know they won't even get close, but throwing $20 on that will pay me out almost $3,000. And I'm flying all you fuckers out with me to Arizona to go watch the fight if we win. So
you don't get $3,000 for that bet.
On a $25 payout, yeah, I think so.
Fucking if Diamondbacks win the World Series next year, that should set you up for life if they do it.
True. I'd probably I'm that guy. I take half my bet winnings. I throw them on my Fidelity account, so I'm that weirdo. But yeah,
Oregon has to beat Utah twice to go to the playoff in theory, right? Because they'll play in the Pac-12 championship. I do not think they will do that, so I'm going to take Utah at home to beat Oregon. Oregon has looked shaky. Kind of since the middle part of the year. I just think I just don't see them beating Utah twice, and so I'll take Utah in the game that they're home. Give me the Utes.
All right, Samir took Oregon. He's texting me in his picks. Sorry,
Samir, not personal.
It's okay. He's lame anyway.
Ice your balls, kid.
Pat.
Yeah, for Samir here, I'll take Oregon. That way I can break away a little bit.
I'm going to take Oregon. Utah struggled against Arizona. So give me Oregon.
Oregon almost lost to a last-second play against Cal and did lose to Stanford. Just saying.
Also, okay, Stanford, but more recently, Utah struggled against Arizona. So
also, Stanford does this to Pac-12 frontrunners every fucking year. They punch one of them in the mouth. So it's expected. They're the Purdue of the Pac-12.
Not as good though.
Yeah. All right. This game I still haven't figured out who I'm picking yet. Iowa State, Oklahoma. Who the fuck's starting for Oklahoma? Does anybody know?
It's probably going to be Williams. Because I hope, unless Lincoln Riley's completely checked out and is just planning on his recruiting tactics at Baton Rouge.
I think that is such a stupid move.
Freshwater to Coral Gables and Lincoln Riley to Baton Rouge. I love it.
I don't like that for Lincoln.
I think it's going to be Caleb Williams. I think the reason they put in Rattler last weekend was because it was like, we're not doing shit, so we're just going to try something. I do think this is still Caleb Williams' job, and I don't think he's going to lose it.
Yeah, I got to roll with Oklahoma too. I just if Williams starts, it's Oklahoma. If Radler plays, ISU. But yeah,
where is this game being played?
It's in Oklahoma.
Norman.
It's in Norman.
It's in Norman.
Yeah, 3.5 point spread for Oklahoma.
Yeah.
You're sticking with Oklahoma. Iowa State has had probably the most success against Lincoln Riley in his career so far. Matt Campbell is a great coach. Used to coach at Toledo. Shout out Rockets. Shout out 419 baby. Iowa State. This feels like a game that Iowa State would win 110%. That's why I'm going Oklahoma. Selfishly, because I want Bedlam next week to be more fun.
I think that game's going to be electric either way.
Yeah, but like if Oklahoma's on a 2-game losing streak going in, it would take a little bit out of it.
Oh, but that means if Oklahoma wins, even more electric. Like, holy shit.
Also, that game's rarely the last game of the year, and it is this year. Oklahoma State. That's almost never the last game of the year.
Oh, I'm so excited for Bedlam next week.
I love I think it's part of my take who always says it, PFT, but it's the darkest sky in the world is Bedlam, Oklahoma State, and Oklahoma State. With the black, it just looks so dark, and I love it.
Yeah, I love it. No, my favorite weekend of football
Boom Pickens,
in the
baby.
world is Thanksgiving Thursday. Oh, by the way, special edition 6-pack next week. All the Thursday games plus a whole 6. It's a holiday 9-pack. Get ready.
We're not actually doing it on Thursday, are we?
No, Kev, what we do last week? We did it Wednesday. We did Tuesday or Wednesday.
Okay, good.
I think we did it Tuesday. I think we just did one show.
Yeah, we did a live and the corner booth together. If Kieran wants to come on and shoot the shit with us, he's welcome.
I'll let you know. We're trying to figure out. So we're trying to figure out for tailgate. We might be doing it Tuesday. Because we're not recording the day before Thanksgiving, honestly, because no one's going to listen on Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
No.
And there are a bunch of big games, so I still want to do an episode that week because there are big games that weekend. We might be doing it Monday, might be doing it Tuesday. I'm not sure. I will let you know. So if it's Tuesday, my attendance for the live stream will be up in the air.
Alrighty. But yeah, no, we'll be doing our holiday. I know, Pat, I know you'll be there for Tuesday, right? You gone for Tuesday?
Yep. Bro, it's Thanksgiving week. I have so much shit to do. I got family
Pat,
coming
you
in.
want to go out Wednesday?
I can't
I'll
Wednesday either.
I'll be there, Kev.
All right, perfect. JD, we do have a guest bedroom, so if you want to swing through.
I'll just quick.
But to my point, the best weekend in football to me is literally Thanksgiving Thursday through that Sunday. College football rivalries. You have a ton of good NFL games. You have a 3 slate of Thursday games. Oh my God, it's just football. And Friday, you get the Iron Bowl, you get Bedlam. It's just so much good.
Did
shit.
You say Friday?
Well, I thought the Iron Bowl was always on Fridays.
No.
Okay, maybe it's Saturday. Whatever. Saturday, get the Iron Bowl. Whatever.
That was me. What?
That's all right. Whatever. Moving on.
Oklahoma.
Pat, Oklahoma, ISU.
Oklahoma.
All right, clean sweep for Oklahoma. Which means they'll probably lose.
Yeah, no, I'm almost positive Iowa State's gonna win now.
Oh my God.
Also, by the way, I would like to point out I didn't actually pick.
Oh, you didn't?
I think you said. Oh, okay.
I just said that Caleb Williams was probably
Okay,
starting.
so who are you picking?
Oklahoma.
Oh, okay, good. Glad we got to the bottom of that.
I just want Jared to know when he doesn't let someone pick because that's something he needs to work on.
Oh my God. All right. Moving on. NFL time. Let's get to the big boy games.
College is way cooler.
The Jared Cruz Bowl kicking off at 1:00 in North Philadelphia. Or South Philadelphia, sorry.
Raised in the playground where I spent most of my days.
Oh my God, shut up, JD.
What's the spread?
Somebody called Jada.
Eagles +2.
Eagles +2 at home?
Eagles -2, sorry.
Fuck me.
Who they playing again? I picked it. Right.
Saints and Trevor. I light everyone up Simeon.
God.
Cruz has already started talking shit. He's already sent me a bunch of shit about the Saints in the 2018 win, and then I just said, I didn't even respond with last year's video of our rookie quarterback in his first start, and Miles Sanders running all over them. But, it's okay. I'll let Cruz continue to do his thing. JD, you're up first. Saints or Eagles?
Bleh. I don't want a point. Skip me. No, neither. No, I'll take the Saints, I guess. I don't know. I don't like it either way. I'll take the Saints. Because, screw the Eagles.
Samir said Saints, and we'll see.
Well, we'll see, Samir. Samir, we'll see.
Next weekend, we'll see.
Oh, we'll see. Don't you worry about that.
I really hope we
No, we'll see.
You guys. All right, Kevin.
If this could be my upset, I would have taken
Saints.
The Eagles. Honestly, if the lines flipped, I would have taken the Eagles, but I'm going to go with the Saints, I think.
So you
actually, you know what? No, fuck it. Fuck it. Jalen Hurts is the third highest red zone percentage or QBR in the league. Give me the Eagles.
Good stat pull, bud. I saw it too. I love it. Patrick.
So this is in Philadelphia.
Yes.
Give me the Eagles here. I feel like it's really just all who's the home team here. Both teams are just not great.
Eagles suck. Guys, chill. Seriously. No, they suck. Boo, Eagles. Guys, seriously, stop.
Who would say such a thing?
Go root for your shitty Browns, you loser.
All right, well, hold on.
Wait till Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt come. Well,
they are shitty, but I'm the only one who's allowed to acknowledge it. Damn it.
They are the Browns, so I mean, it kind of whatever.
All right.
That joke's been made 1,000 times. The Eagles are 0-4 at home this year, but what a better way to snap it than the team they beat last year. The Eagles and Saints always have bad blood. Yeah, no fucking shit. I'm taking the Eagles. I love my boys. Miles Sanders back this week, by the way. The last 100-yard game he had was against the Saints. So there you go. Well, Jordan Howard's help. We are getting lots of guys back healthy, and it's making me very happy.
Must be nice.
What'd you say?
Must be nice.
Right? It's almost like our training staff isn't completely inept like yours is.
Yeah. No, I agree. Something needs to be done.
Well, that was a shot at both teams, by the way. That wasn't
too many soft tissue injury. No, seriously, I think there is a legit problem with our.
Yeah, in both fucking.
There's way too many soft tissue injuries for that to be happening.
All right, Kev will go last in the next pick. We're moving on to the Bungles taking on Raiders, whatever. Raiders, because God, both teams are disappointing. I think this game is gonna be fucking electric. Oh, God, I gotta go with the fucking Raiders. I have $70 in the line for them against the Cowboys next Thursday. Oh, you know what? I don't think they'll take an embarrassment like that they took on Sunday Night Football. I think Paisan Richie, their head coach, is going to get the dub. Darren Waller doesn't have back-to-back 10-yard performances much, so. Give me the Raiders. I think the Bengals honestly shocked a lot of people with the whooping of the Ravens, but I think they're still the shittier team in Ohio.
Wow, accurate.
Yeah, I mean that we determined that 2 weeks ago when they got there.
But what do you guys fucking do the next week? It's all about return performances.
Well, sure, but they played each other. That's what I'm saying. The Bengals.
Shut up. Pat pick.
Didn't you say they? Are we agreeing?
We are agreeing. I'm just crapping on you. Right. Yes, Pat.
Yeah. So give me the Bengals here after a bye week. I'm hoping the extra rest time and prep time is going to be beneficial for the whole organization. But I also think too the Raiders are in a weird spot. I think there's a lot of media attention towards them that isn't in the best light, and I think that's just going to be a locker distraction going forward.
Oh, by the way, they're 1-point dogs at home.
Who?
The Raiders.
All right. Sorry, I'm
trying
to tweet it. Kevin, give me a minute.
All right. Speaking of Kevin, Raiders or Bungles?
Give me the Raiders. They want to win for their coach. Derek Carr has said they want him to become the full-time coach. They want him to lose that interim tag. They did a good job of shaking off the John Gruden distraction. the Henry Ruggs stretch, I think eventually they will shake it off, and I think it's going to be this week. I might have been a little too high on the Raiders earlier on. I was on the Belly Up Football show earlier this year. I was talking about how impressive the Raiders have been. Might have been wrong, but I still think they will get the job done. I think Max Crosby needs to have a breakout game at some point. I think it's going to come this week.
Well, this is before all the threatening and then the actual killing of people by players. You probably thought that. That'll do something to a lot.
No, it was after that.
Oh, it was after. Okay.
It was this past weekend.
Yeah, I cannot be there. I'm going
shout out to our boys Alex and Kendrick on the Belly Up Football show, by the way.
I'm going to pick noted NFL bust Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase in the Bengals.
Wow. So me and Kevin are the tiebreaker was JD and Pat and Samir going with the
which makes Mac Jones the Bengals' grandfather, because if he's our father and we're the Bengals' daddy, Mac Jones is the grandfather.
That's how that works.
Yeah.
Fair enough. All right. Chiefs and Cowboys. I'll lead off. Samir and me both took the Chiefs. I just, I think they're the hottest team in football right now. I also think Dallas.
Is this your two least favorite teams in the NFL right now playing, Jared?
Oh, they're both top 5 least favorite. Because you got to throw the Giants in there.
I feel like you hate the Chiefs more than the Giants this year. You have really hated the Chiefs. Rightfully so, by the way.
They fucked me 3 times this year. They screwed me over in betting, in picks, and in real life. So, yeah, the Chiefs are really up there. But, honestly, I got to pick the Chiefs here. I watched them just demolish an Oakland team that honestly looked like a really good roster about 3 weeks ago. They just had a game plan. Also, Big Red usually picks up about right now, and he always whoops the Cowboys in November. So yeah, give me Andy Reid getting a little familiar muscle movement whooping on the Cowboys in November, as he used to do when he was in the green and black.
Who is going to stop the Cowboys is the way I kind of look at it. I think the Chiefs have played some teams in the last couple of weeks, so we've kind of in our minds think, oh, they're back to being good, maybe.
Boys, this may be like a Chiefs Rams type situation here.
I'm going to go with the Cowboys.
55 to 53 games.
I'm going to go with the Cowboys. I just think they're the better football team. That's usually a good way to make picks based on that.
Solid choice. I want to pick the Chiefs, I really do. But I feel like it's been a roller coaster ride this year with the Chiefs, and I want to get off that ride. And I feel like the Cowboys are like the teacup ride. I kind of know what I'm going to get. It's not it's exciting in a way, but it's not going to make me throw up. So give me the Cowboys here.
Cool. Cowboys.
Kevin, your tiebreaker.
Damn boys.
I think I'm going to go with the Cowboys. Their defense has been a lot better than expected. The offense is electric, and there's still so many question marks around the Chiefs.
Fair. All right, time for all y'all upsets, since I'm the only one who's got one in the top 10, and I mean the first 6. Samir to Colorado over Washington. So boys, let me hear some upsets.
Samir stayed in his conference. I will stay in mine. I will take noted college football expert, has his own podcast, the voice of Belly Up. His Big Ten champion Indiana Hoosiers, who do not have a win, get their first Big Ten win against Minnesota at home. I believe that line is 8.5. Give me Indiana to beat Minnesota.
All righty. Speaking of that said host, Kevin.
I'm trying to find one. Every single spread I look for is just either 2.5 or disgusting, and I refuse to pick it.
I have one, and I'm not proud of taking it. I want to take the Steelers over the Chargers.
I like that. I actually like that.
I can see it happening, and I feel like we're slowly starting to expose the Chargers, bit by bit. There's glimpses every game watching the Chargers play where we kind of realize that they're not this god almighty team.
Kev, did you write that article, by the way? Sorry, on Belly Up we might have judged the Chargers too early, anointed them or anything too early? Or was that somebody else?
I did not write that one.
Well, whoever did, check that out. Good article on Belly Up. Check out the Belly Up.
Shout out.
I don't know who wrote it. Sorry, Pat. Keep going.
That's more or less it. I think they've been riding the Chargers a little too high going into the season. A lot of Herbert hype, and not that he's necessarily the issue on the team, but
that defense is not very good.
Yeah, exactly.
Kev, you want me to get my gimme so you can find one?
I mean, I could get weird.
Get weird.
Get weird. Get funky.
There was one I liked, but then I realized it doesn't count.
I'll get weird with. There are a lot of so I'm going to take UMass as a minus 37 and a half or a plus 37 and a half against. No, I'm joking. My real upset is at only a little bit less psychotic than that one. I'm going to take SMU and Tanner Mordecai to upset the Cincinnati Bearcats, baby.
I don't hate that at all. What's that line? I don't hate that.
When's kickoff
11 and a half.
I think SMU's good.
On the train. Hold on.
3:30 is kickoff.
Oh, no, I'll be already in the city
I
at that point.
love that pick.
Ooh. You know what?
That means it's almost guaranteed to not happen.
Tailgate on the quad. You're the upset king, so
that's fair. I am the upset king.
So I think that adds credence to it. Look, Tanner Mordecai over at Tailgate on the Quad. We are big Tanner Mordecai fans. The only way we could be bigger fans of the man is if he grew a mustache because he needs to with that name. He has not listened to our advice yet, but give me Tanner and the SMU Mustangs. Also, their Dallas uniforms are fire, and I think that's going to – I don't know if they're wearing them, but just knowing that they have them will give SMU a little bit of an edge.
All right. My gimme is Roll Tide.
More or less expected.
Listen,
Fair.
They just got to win by 1 fucking point. I don't give a shit.
True. Bama's going to win out.
Also, Bryce Young looks like a fucking monster. So, yeah.
Dude's electric.
Dude might win the Heisman, first Alabama quarterback ever to win it. So, that'd be lit.
Is that real?
Yeah, the first Alabama player to win the Heisman was Mark Ingram.
I think I knew that, yeah.
Wow.
So we've had 3 Heisman winners, and none of them have been quarterbacks. And we talked about this on Tailgate on the Quad this week, so check that out, the latest episode. But Bill O'Brien is so bad, but Bryce Young transcends how bad his play calling is and looks like a Heisman winner, even with fucking calling running plays on 1st and goal 4 times in a row.
I think Kenneth Walker should win, but I don't think he will.
I think Kenneth Walker has the best chances to win, honestly.
Not the best odds.
I think they're sick of giving it to the SEC. And I don't know.
Is that bet open, by the way?
Yeah. It has been all year.
Yeah, that is open in July.
Yeah. And no knock on CJ Stroud. I don't see any quarterback unless Kenneth Walker completely falls off because he's already getting Derrick Henry comparisons.
But he's not the only thing I haven't said they're not. He's not the odds leader. Both Stroud and Young are ahead of him
he's tied with Stroud.
The reason Stroud is ahead of him is because he's a quarterback.
Stroud is plus 280. So is Walker.
Oh, okay. I know Stroud was after this weekend was 1 on one of the sports books, but.
A lot of them have it going. If they're not tied, a lot of them have it Bryce Young, CJ Stroud, Kenneth Walker.
Is this the Heisman you don't want to win because you're going to be known as the most Heisman ever?
No, I don't think so because I think if you win the Heisman, they're going to overinflate your importance to history.
Oh yeah, no. I mean that kind of a joke. I mean, you never know if you can win a Heisman. Who cares if it's because a lot of these guys in a normal year wouldn't win a Heisman, but
now
that they did is an awesome.
Now, if they gave it to Malik Willis or Desmond Ridder, then yeah, it might be like a Matt Heisman first group of 5 guy to win it. That shows the Power 5 was shit that year. But
Desmond Ridder has not been great too.
He's been okay. I think it's
Cincinnati in general has been not.
It's good for his career though, because this way he won't go in the top 10 and get picked by a shitty franchise.
I think it's hysterical. He is still going to be one of the first 3 quarterbacks taken. And that shows how bad this quarterback was.
So bad.
Yikes.
That's why it's a terrible time to have a quarterback like Baker Mayfield, because it's like, what do you do?
Well, I mean,
this
apparently,
might be
listen,
good for
Jake
the Browns
Glazer was
then.
talking about yesterday, McAfee. Like, there's a possible Aaron Rodgers giving Cleveland all ring-a-ling-ling.
Yes,
So,
if that happens.
JD will relinquish and burn his Giants jersey forever.
No, but I will get an Aaron Rodgers jersey.
If Aaron Rodgers comes calling, I think every team except 2 should trade their current quarterback.
Who are the 2?
The Chiefs.
Chiefs.
They have too much capital. And you guys are going to call me boss. I do think the Bucs have their team built around Tom Brady. They do have a schedule set up where they have a lot of money tied up now to win.
Josh Allen, too. I think there's more than 2.
Josh Allen
for sure.
I think
even Lamar, maybe.
I don't know. I would take Rodgers over Lamar.
But the problem is you have Lamar for the next 15 years. You have Rodgers for he almost retired this year. Yeah, it's the
Do you
longevity.
think you can win a Super Bowl with Lamar?
Yeah,
it's possible.
I don't.
It's not likely. It's possible.
I think if you put Lamar in a perfect situation, then yes, you could. But I don't think you could win a Super Bowl with Lamar if it's not everything goes right.
I don't think they're going to have to worry about it.
I don't think Aaron Rodgers fixes that situation, though.
I don't think he does either.
That team's set up for a Lamar style, though. That first of all, that's a situation where we're just kind of semantics here. I don't ever expect
a what if.
That team is just not set up for an Aaron
by
Rodgers.
the way, you can't bet on the Heisman vote on DraftKings.
Yeah, well, we've already established DraftKings sucks.
Yeah, I'm literally.
But here's the thing:
not a normal sports book, or do they just do fantasy shit?
They suck.
They do whatever the fuck they want, I guess. Okay. But here's the thing:
not legal here. I don't know any of this shit.
How is the offense set up for Lamar?
Well, they had 3 really good running backs on the team that evolved.
Right now, how is it set up for Lamar going forward?
Pretty decent offensive line. They have 3 running backs that all play and rotate, and they have some speed and power guys. The receivers are pretty decent at blocking, and I don't know. I just think that it's a run. They have a run first mentality. If you look at their receivers, they don't put a lot of capital in their receiver room. They put more in their running back room. That's how it's set up for Lamar.
Yeah, they're basically receiver room is Bateman.
That's not necessarily set up for Lamar, though. That's just set up for a quarterback who can't pass. That's just set up for a quarterback who can't pass.
Not Aaron Rodgers.
And then, so if they got Aaron Rodgers, they would put more capital. They would go out in the free agent block. They would sign guys. They would trade
all right.
guys.
I guess I'm saying the way this team is set up now.
But here's my thing, though. I hate that argument. It's set up for this guy when it's clearly just set up for a guy who can't pass.
But that's not fair about Lamar. Lamar's strength is running, so it's not crazy to set it up for a running.
I think it's set up for an option type quarterback.
Yeah, no, I
feel
it's
there's
not
no
crazy at all
option
to say
quarterbacks
that
in the
the
NFL.
Ravens are set up for a run first offense.
This might just be more my issues coming from the summer when everyone's like, "Oh, the offense is set up for Cam because they have 2 big pass."
Well, that's different.
No, that's set up for fucking guys who can't throw.
We're talking about Baltimore specifically here.
Yes,
I think Baltimore.
So this might be my deep-seated issues with the Patriots.
It goes way back.
Repressed issues.
Yeah, repressed issues like the ones with my mom, so I can't have a committed relationship. Stuff like that.
All right.
Yeah.
It took us an hour and 23 minutes.
God, it took until the fucking hour and 23 minute mark.
I would like to point out also.
We got one, boys.
I put a clip on my Instagram story from our episode the other night. And in it, I said, we were talking about Penn tonight. I said, speaking about doing terrible things, we're going to talk about LSU now. And I put that on there. The start of the clip is, speaking of doing terrible things, my friend messaged me. I thought you were about to say my mom.
Yeah, honestly, Kevin, the fact that I've been best friends with you for maybe 4 years at this point, 3-4 years, that's where I thought you were going to. So, buddy, your delivery is very predictable. So, honestly, good on you for catching us all off guard.
Exactly. Yeah, mix it up sometimes.
Kevin doesn't trust a run-first quarterback because he's used to people running out on him.
Exactly.
There it is.
That's what it is.
All right, Jamie wins that one. All right.
That's why Mac Jones is safe. He's big, white, and immobile. He will never leave Kevin, ever.
Because I think Kevin might run a faster 40 than he does. All right, boys, we're rolling out of here. So I don't know if we'll all be together for Cornwood Live. I mean, we might do one on Friday early if you guys want to do that shit. If it really gets down to weird scheduling, we'll figure it out. We'll announce on our Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook as well. Boys, favorite Thanksgiving food not being the turkey? Because I mean, I don't know if anybody actually likes the turkey. I like the turkey, but you know, it's like kind of like the gimme.
I don't love turkey, to be honest.
What?
I think it's very okay. It's the one time a year I eat turkey.
In his defense, turkey's very hit or miss. If it's not done very well, it's dry.
My uncle bakes his in like a bunch of different shit. It's fucking incredible. But no, I get why people don't like some turkey because some turkey can be really dry. So my favorite is my grandmother's stuffing. Bacon sausage mixed in with a traditional stuffing mix.
It's like breakfast stuffing.
Oh my god, it's fucking gasoline. Also, my mother's chopped cheddar cheese potato casserole.
Ooh. Is it like cheesy potatoes?
Yeah, but it's cheesy. It's basically if you had mac and cheese but with sliced potatoes instead.
Dude, squash. Like I mean, to be honest, like stuffing is like my favorite non-turkey meal, like side. But like just to keep it diverse, give me squash. Oh my god.
I like squash, but we don't do squash on Thanksgiving. We do like sweet potatoes.
My uncle does stuffed mushrooms that are fucking incredible. I love stuffed mushrooms. There's stuff with like bacon, cheddar, and breadcrumbs is fucking gas.
Oh, nut.
I
got a week. We gotta wait a week until this day. Oh my
god. Listen, like it's weird. Like my boss says to me the other day, he goes, "Yeah, so you're probably not working Wednesday because I'm going fishing with my brother and Dennis my foreman has off." And he goes, "Yeah, so unless you want to like just mess around the warehouse for an hour, you're gonna have Wednesday off." I'm like, "Yo, you telling me I get a 5-day fucking weekend next week? Fuck yeah!" So yeah, right. So I'm steering into it. I might literally not even make it out of my fucking house on Tuesday. I might just. I honestly think that a quarter with pregame on Tuesday. We can even do it later so Kevin can record his show. We'll do like a special edition time or something like that.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, because I think the quarter with pregame ain't the same, especially for the special edition. How I get it, like occasionally Kevin or Past to miss because like it's a regular one, but this is the holiday special or at least one of them. So we'll work around Kevin.
Hopefully, Samir's private parts are healed by then.
Yeah, maybe we can even talk Kieran into coming on.
Yeah, I'll talk to him about it. Figure it out. I mean, I don't know. I'm gonna see Kieran that Saturday too for our 5-year reunion for high school. So that might be too much Kieran in 1 week.
Fair enough. We might just see if Cruz wants to come back. Maybe Kevin can scar him again.
Only if you.
That was Christmas.
It depends what happens on Sunday.
Listen, our quarterly Christmas party is going to be electric. We might even have like 10, 15 guests. We don't even fucking know what's going to happen.
That'll be lit.
Okay.
I like mashed potatoes for what it's worth.
Facts.
I know that's such a basic bitch answer, but especially on Thanksgiving, they're like extra buttery. Yeah. I love.
All right.
For me, it's not necessarily a side. My sister makes the best apple pie I've ever had in my life. So that's my favorite part about really any holiday, but it slaps.
I also want to shout out the Thanksgiving turkey mashed potato sandwich you make the next day.
Yeah.
I have a question for you guys, by the way.
I have an answer for you, Kevin.
You talked about stuffing. Did anyone grow up in a household where you'd sodomize the turkey with the stuffing?
Yep.
Yes.
I think it's so good though.
We did. I don't know if my grandfather did because I was still young, but like
no, we grew up in a Christian household.
We don't sodomize the turkey.
Also, sodomy's not legal in Ohio except if Mac Jones is doing it to the Browns.
No, that was in New England, so we're good.
All right, I will say
done it in Ohio.
When my grandmother did the turkey, yes, the stuffing was inside the turkey, but once my uncle took over, it's in a platter.
Your grandma was a freak.
Shut the fuck up. With the turkey like gravy like thrown in as part of the cooking process. So
yeah, I've never done that. Honestly, I like stuffing. I'm not like a crazy stuffing guy. It's probably like the one time a year I have stuffing too. Like I don't know about you guys.
Nah,
we do
like
not
every
have
couple of months.
stuffing often. My favorite is the corn ranch casserole. You know, the one we all have.
Yeah,
we get the can of corn, and we put about 3 gallons of ranch in it and stir it, and then put it in the oven for about an hour. Oh, magical.
Yeah, I bet.
Mm-hmm. And then you top it off with a little Red Hot on top. Yeah, it's really.
Oh, Red Hot.
It's
low key though. That does sound really good if it wasn't 3 gallons of ranch.
That's what the recipe calls for. And then 1 gallon of mayonnaise.
Yeah.
Oh,
all right, boys and girls, it is officially 8:00. It is almost time for kickoff for Pat and Kevin. I will probably watch it with my father because he is a proxy Patriots fan because of his family. We hope you have an amazing weekend. We will see you for the Corner Booth Thanksgiving special where we do our holiday 9-pack. Always fun. Also, look out in December for me, Jared, and Kevin. Should we do round 4 of the bowl pick special?
Yes, whatever that is.
That just gets fucking ugly.
Yeah. So,
I think me and Kevin both shot below 50% last year. So, or he might have shot 50. I might have shot below 50. It was bad. So, yeah, that's going to be a fun time. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's almost the holiday season. And oh my God, it's almost Thanksgiving. Thank God. All right, but ladies and gentlemen, I hope you guys enjoy your weekend. Drink responsibly. Do not drink and drive. Also, have a beer and go Birds. We out.
Screw the entire state of Michigan.